Snow falls under the glow of a single streetlight. A car sits half buried in a snowbank, hazard lights blinking, steam hissing from the hood. Inside, an empty driver's seat, airbags deployed, and a half-drunk box of wine spilling into the upholstery. Police arrive minutes later, but the driver is gone, completely vanished. It's the most famous missing persons case you've probably never heard of. February 9th, 2004. A promising young woman disappears from a lonely New Hampshire road, leaving behind nothing but questions, mysteries, and theories that haunt investigators to this day. This is the story of Maura Murray, a disappearance that has baffled police, obsessed internet detectives, and destroyed a family for more than 20 years. Before she became a mystery, Maura was a daughter, a sister, a student, and an athlete. Born May 4th, 1982, in Hanson, Massachusetts, Maura was the fourth of 5 children in a close but complicated family. Her father, Fred, was hardworking and protective. Her mother, Lori, struggled with health issues. Maura herself was described as smart, competitive, and shy, the kind of young woman who excelled academically but also carried private burdens. At Whitman-Hanson High School, she shined as a track star. Coaches saw in her a disciplined young woman with endless potential. That drive led her to West Point, one of the most grueling military academies in the United States. But after 2 years, Maura transferred to the University of Massachusetts Amherst, where she pursued nursing. Her life seemed to be on track, but beneath the surface, small cracks were beginning to show. By 2003, Maura was juggling stressors that would overwhelm anyone. Nursing school was demanding. She had a long-distance boyfriend, Bill, who was in the Army. Their relationship was strained, affectionate, but marked by distance, rumors, and secrets. Then came a series of unsettling incidents. Months before her disappearance, Maura was caught using a stolen credit card to order food. It was a petty crime, but it weighed heavily on her. Around the same time, she crashed her father's car into a guardrail after a late-night party. And just days before she disappeared, she broke down in tears at her campus job after a mysterious phone call. When asked what was wrong, she whispered only, "My sister." But her sister, Kathleen, later said the call was casual, nothing serious. So what triggered Maura's emotional collapse that night? That question still lingers. The day Maura vanished began like any other. But by afternoon, her actions took a strange turn. 1 p.m., Maura emailed her professors, claiming she'd be out for a week due to a death in the family. This was a lie. No one in her family had died. Why would she invent such a story? 1:24 p.m., she called a condo rental service in Vermont, inquiring about booking a getaway. The destination? Near the White Mountains, a region she loved for hiking. But no reservation was ever confirmed. 3:30 p.m., Maura emptied her bank account, withdrawing nearly $280 in cash. She also purchased alcohol, boxed wine, Kahlua, and vodka. It was enough for a weekend trip or an escape. 4:30 p.m., she packed her Saturn sedan with clothes, toiletries, textbooks, and personal items, but no makeup, no birth control pills, and no job-related materials. Some interpreted this as evidence she didn't plan to return soon. Around 5 p.m., Maura left Amherst, driving north toward New Hampshire. She told no one where she was going. At approximately 7:27 p.m., a local resident in Haverhill, New Hampshire, reported a car accident outside her home. Maura's black Saturn had skidded into a snowbank along Route 112. The car was damaged but drivable. Within minutes, a school bus driver named Butch Atwood stopped to help. He saw a young woman standing by the vehicle. When he asked if she needed assistance, she replied calmly, "I've already called AAA," but phone records later revealed she hadn't. Atwood drove away but called police. When officers arrived at 7:46 p.m., just 19 minutes later, Maura was gone. Inside the car, her packed belongings, alcohol, some already opened, directions to the White Mountains, but no cell phone, no wallet, and no sign of a struggle. Maura Murray had simply vanished into the night. The first 48 hours were chaos. Police dogs tracked her scent from the car, but it stopped abruptly about 100 yards away as if she had entered another vehicle. The search grew massive. Helicopters scanned the snowy woods. Dozens of officers, volunteers, and even military resources were deployed. But no body, no footprints, no evidence of Maura was ever found. Her family rushed to New Hampshire, desperate for answers. Her father, Fred Murray, became relentless, canvassing neighborhoods, handing out flyers, and pressuring police. To this day, he believes foul play was involved. Voluntary disappearance. Did Maura want to escape her life? The lies, the stress, the unhappiness? Maybe she drove into the mountains to start over, far from her troubles. But how could a 21-year-old with only $280 survive indefinitely? And why abandon her family? Accidental death. Some believe Maura fled the crash scene to avoid legal trouble, wandered into the woods, and died from exposure. But in 20 years, no remains have been discovered despite extensive searches. Suicide. Could Maura have intended to end her life? Her alcohol purchase, her stress, and her secrecy suggest despair. Yet her actions, booking rentals, packing textbooks, suggest planning for the future. Foul play. The most chilling theory. Maura accepted a ride from a stranger, or worse, someone she trusted. Many believe she was abducted, explaining why her scent stopped abruptly. But despite suspects and rumors, no arrests were ever made. The secret life. Over time, strange inconsistencies surfaced. Legal troubles, relationship conflicts, unexplained behavior. Some wonder if Maura was hiding deeper secrets that drove her north that night. For her family, the nightmare never ended. Fred Murray fought tirelessly with law enforcement, accusing them of mishandling the case. Maura's sister, Julie, has continued the search, keeping her story alive. In the years that followed, Maura's case became one of the first major mysteries to be dissected by internet sleuths. Message boards and podcasts obsessed over every detail. In 2017, Oxygen released a documentary series, reigniting national interest. Yet despite all the speculation, the truth remains buried. Imagine this. You drive into the night, carrying your secrets and fears. A wrong turn, a crash, and within minutes, you're gone. Erased from existence. Maura Murray's disappearance is more than a mystery. It's a reminder of how fragile our lives are, and how quickly they can vanish without explanation. Was Maura running toward freedom, hiding from something darker? Or was she simply in the wrong place at the wrong time? We may never know, but one thing is certain. Somewhere out there, someone knows the truth. What do you believe happened to Maura Murray? Was it foul play, an accident, or did she choose to disappear? Leave your theories in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, because some mysteries refuse to stay buried.